Spokane, Washington is the center hub of activity in the inland Northwest. It's your gateway to Seattle and to Idaho. Home of the 70s Expo, the city is enriched with history and surrounded by nature. A gem of this place is the glorious Davenport Hotel. What can be said about this beautiful landmark? For one, it is the standing survivor of 100 years. Withstood the testament of time and came back in full splendor after 17 years of neglect. And after a multi-million-dollar renovation that saved it from the wrecking ball. Originally opened in 1914, the Davenport has been a shining place of hospitality that has made turn-of-the-century Spokane proud. Past guests of this landmark have ranged from the daily traveler to famous musicians, comedians, and actors. Even John F. Kennedy stayed at this grand landmark at the heart of Old Spokane. With such awe and splendor, not many would guess that this elegant reminder of Spokane's past is also the location of a hotspot for ghost hunters. Since the reopening in 2002, locals have been made aware of a single tragic tale from Davenport's past. 94 years ago, a Mrs. Ellen McNarma was staying at the Davenport during the month of August. On the 17th of August, 1920, a shatter echoed through the halls of the Davenport that forever changed how locals remember the day. Amongst this shattered glass, the Davenport received a guest who wouldn't be checking out. On that warm summer day, Mrs. McNarma fell through the lobby's Tiffany ceiling. No one knows how she got through the access door to said ceiling. All we know is that she took one step onto the glass after a day of feeling ill. Local historians are just as puzzled today over the events as Mrs. McNarma's traveling companions were on that fateful day. Since discovering the old newspaper clipping from the 1920s, many more spirits have been reported of dwelling in the hotel as eternal guests. The other guests have been described as butlers, bellboys, and ladies dressed in finery. One eternal resident Spokane locals know by name is Louis Davenport, the namesake of the building, who died in room 1105 in 1951 of old age. According to legend, the man once said, "I never want to leave here." If legend is correct, those very words fated him to calling his hotel his eternal home. In some ways it's eerie, but to some it is rather funny. If Mr. Davenport is still here as a spirit, it must be intimidating for workers and the current owner to think he is going over their work with a fine-tooth comb. In any case, the guests who stay in 1105 must not amuse Mr. Davenport much. Today's guests of that room have reported objects falling. Records of strange occurrences are not rare in the Davenport. Some rooms are too spooky to be in. In others, you are too scared to be left alone in. Items in room 1105 move, or the lights turn on without beckoning. Doors have opened unexpectedly, and the tapping of shoes walking or dancing echo through the passage of time to reach our ears today. Perhaps past guests were so enchanted by that Davenport's hospitality that in death, their ghosts desire to visit too. Who knows? Some may have adored it so much that they wished they never had to leave. Happy Halloween.